There's a common stereotype out there that Jews are cheap. While I'm not sure the exact origins of this myth, the first ever real estate transaction, which is recorded in this week's Parsha Chayei, certainly paints a very different picture. Abraham's wife Sarah passes away, and he looks for a particular property in the city of Hebron to bury her in. The property was owned by a local Chittian named Ephron. Avraham meets him and requests he sell to him the cave of Machpelah at the edge of his field. Now, to put things in perspective, God had already promised Avraham this land, so as far as he was concerned, he could have claimed ownership of the property and taken it by force. But Avraham preferred not to go that route. He preferred to go the route of purchasing it from Ephron via a monetary transaction. Ephron hears Avram's request. Just the fact that Avram needs something from him lifts his status in the community. In a gesture of respect, he offers it to Avram as a gift. "No need to pay a penny," says Ephron. "The land is yours. Go bury your dead." But Avram declines the gift and insists on paying for it. To which Ephron responds by saying, "Sure, let's make it 400 universally accepted silver shekel and it's yours." This sum was an enormous price for prime real estate, let alone a random cave at the edge of a random field in a random city. Avraham was now being taken advantage of. Yet, contrary to the false stereotype, Avram doesn't bargain even one penny. He pays Ephron the enormous price, and the property becomes Avram's forever. He buries Sarah there, and years later, he himself is buried there too. This burial place in Hebron, known as Ma'oras HaMachpelah, remains one of our most holy places on earth. When analyzing this story, one must ask, why did Avram insist on paying? Why wouldn't he accept it as a gift? And if he indeed did have a reason to pay, why overpay and allow yourself to be taken advantage of? Reckless spending is certainly no Jewish way to behave with money. It seems that to Avram, this was much more than just a random burial spot. This was the selected place for the eternal resting of all of our patriarchs and matriarchs. This would serve a location for Jews of all future generations to connect with Avraham, with Yitzchak, with Yaakov, with Sarah, with Rivka, and with Leah. This was the first place in the world to be sanctified in a permanent way. As such, he did not want this place to have any ongoing connection to its previous owners and their energy. Accepting a gift would mean that forever this would be known as the place that Ephron donated. Ephron's energy would never leave. Avraham needed the total expropriation of this property from its previous owners, their energy expunged. He didn't just pay full price. He said, "You name the price." In other words, give me the dollar amount that will erase your unholy connection to this property forever. Even the slightest of bargaining of Avraham would allow for Ephron's energy to remain attached, albeit in the tiniest of forms. In a similar manner, this rule applies when it comes to purchasing items for a mitzvah. In the Zohar it says, mitzvahs should not be empty and free, for then the divine isn't properly channeled. Rather, one should pay for mitzvahs according to their means and the full asking price. Jews are not cheap when it comes to purchasing mitzvahs. One should not bargain when buying a lulav or matzah or the like. For we will be using these items to channel the divine and draw down on us and the world certain energies of blessing and attachment. We cannot afford to allow any remnant of previous unholiness to linger. When purchasing non-mitzvah related items, it's definitely advisable to spend responsibly. Let us learn from Avram and be wise how we spend our money. Let us not be confused and splurge on fleeting desires and selfish passions. But don't be cheap when it comes to a mitzvah. Splurge. Purchase the nicest menorah or kiddush cup. Pay a little extra for shmura matzah and good wine. After all, it's with these items and through these items that our bond with God is expressed. I wish you a good Shabbos and an amazing month of Kislev ahead.